Right, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
It is Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. This is the meeting of the Local Development Corporation's Finance Committee. Following board members are present: Mr. Callahan, Mr. Rose, Mr. Scheit, Mr. Trotter, Mr. Braun. Quorum is present. I need a motion for the minutes of September 18th,
So moved.
2024.
Second.
There are any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Johnny,
Lori, on the budget?
I gave it.
Yes,
No, that paper.
included in
I
the
gave you.
package is the
I didn't
budget
realize. she-
for 2026, which is due to be filed with the state November 1st of 2025. Basically, the budget was prepared using a number of factors: the prior year actual, the current year's year-to-date, and items that you might know. Regardless, knowing all that, we have no projects currently. We're gonna be operating probably at a deficit budget again of about 50,000. Do you have any questions on any of the items, the budget? And we did take down interest a little because of the change in rates as well as the decrease in cash because keep on eating into our cash, so, but not by much.
Any future projects coming into that down the road?
Not that I budgeted any future LDC projects. no.
If anybody knows of a not-for-profit that could use our assistance, I'm happy to have conversations with them.
Possibility if the interest rates really went down considerably, somebody might look to
Knock on the door.
refinance. But nothing new as far as we know. All right, I need a motion to accept the 2026 budget.
So moved.
Second.
Further questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Unless there's no additional business, I need a motion to close the Finance Committee meeting for Local Development Corporation.
I'm sorry,
Motion.
I wasn't paying attention. Did we accept the budget and have it ready to send to the full board?
As part of the resolution, we'll add.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right, there's a motion on the table to close the meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. We'll now open the meeting of the regular meeting of the Local Development Corporation. It is 10:07. Following board members are present: Mr. Callahan, Mr. Rose, Mr. Scheit, Mr. Trotter, Mr. Braun. A quorum is present. Need a motion for the minutes of the meeting of March 26, 2025.
Second.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Lori?
Okay, included in your report is our P&L budget versus actual, January to September. Nothing has really come in hand, so we're still at a net loss for the year to date. Are there any questions on the budget versus actual for September?
Any concerns with the negative?
We have a certain amount of cash, so we're carefully monitoring it. But there's no project, so there's not much we can do. Should we vote on that and then I'll accept
Sure.
budget? Okay.
Motion to accept Lori's report.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Earlier, the finance committee approved the 2026 budget that would be filed in our New York State reporting CARA system on November 1st, 2025. So they approved it, so I'm presenting it to you also for review and approval.
Need a motion for the board to accept the Finance Committee's recommendation.
Motion.
Second.
Second,
Question.
Halloween, Lori?
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Unless there is any additional business with the Local Development Corporation, I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We'll now open the meeting for the Finance Committee of the Industrial Development Agency. It is 10:09. Following board members are present: Callahan, Rose, Scheit, Trotter, Mr. Braun. A quorum is present. First order of business is to accept Minutes of our meeting of September 18th, 2024.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Lori,
Okay, included in your package is the budget, the draft of the budget for 2026 for the IDA. It's based on, it's a zero-based budget based on a couple of different factors. We compared to prior year actual or the prior year budget. We also annualized our 8/31 results and looked at that. And any items that we're aware of that are outside that could have an effect on the budget. So based on all of those items, pretty much, we come up with a slight overage, estimation overage on a budget by about 200,000. The interest income, just to mention, is we've kept it at 500,000, and that's because we've had some increases in cash, although we've had a decrease in rate, so we still think that number is good. The revenue number is based on pretty much Lisa going through everything in hand that we think will close. A couple other items is just to mention, we pulled up legal and legal notices a little because we have more involvement with our insurance reviews. Even though it's a pass-through, the insurance review that JB Risk Joanne provides. It we bill it to the project, so it's considered an expense, and there is no offsetting revenue to that, but we've increased that. And our insurance number in general, we increased it a little, but yesterday, to our surprise, one of our policies went down by a few thousand because we submitted our cyber policy, which had gone up
Dress.
23%,
Mhm.
went down yesterday. They sent us a refund.
Starting to, well, you know, starting to soften a little bit.
It is,
Yeah,
okay,
yep,
because the
yep,
cyber,
yep.
again, this is based on a bill we just paid in October.
I'm sorry, what'd you say? What'd you say?
It's
about?
starting to be soft market, not a hard market. It's starting to change. The numbers are coming down.
And our coverage is the same?
Same exact coverage.
I didn't see it. I'm just saying
Yeah,
that
no, no.
it makes
No.
sense what she's saying, but when I see what I do and what you do. Last year, the numbers were jumping,
Yeah,
jumping,
yeah.
jumping, and now they're starting to be, you know, it's called a soft market instead of a hard market.
Couldn't get
So,
much crazier.
are there any questions on the
It's really-
twenty
couldn't get much
twenty-six
crazier.
budget? I would look for, approval
They can
to
charge whatever.
present this to the full board also.
So move.
Second?
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So, that's gonna-
Yeah, that's the last item.
If there's no further business, I need a motion to adjourn finance committee meeting of the Industrial Development Agency.
So move.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Yeah.
Because again, I was nothing.
And then I need a motion to close the meeting. If we haven't already done that.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. All right. It's now 10:13. We will open the meeting. The regular meeting of the Industrial Development Agency. It is Wednesday, October 22nd. The following board members are present. Callahan, Mr. Rhodes, Scheidt, Mr. Trotta, and Mr. Braun. A quorum is present. First order of business, our meeting minutes of September 17th, 2025. Motion.
So move.
Second. Second. Questions, corrections? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Back to you, Laura.
Okay, included in your package is the profit and loss statement budget versus actual January through September 2025. Currently, we're at a net positive. During the month of September, we did have 2 closings. We also, some of the items I just want to go through that are higher than expenses are advertising and promotion, and that's kind of where that study, the Camoin study lived. So that's why we're ahead of budget in that. Also insurance expense has actually started to come down. We saw some movement in that. As far as the interest rates, we are getting notifications from all the banks, of course, that they're bringing down our rates, but we did lock it in at 4%, some of our excess cash for the next year. So we're gonna still get that 4% on some of our money, just not all of it. It's down to 3.5, the two banks that we deal with, so we looked at that. Are there any questions on the 2025 financial statements?
Hearing none, need a motion to accept the report.
So moved.
Second,
Second,
all those in favor?
John?
Opposed? Thank you.
The next item is timely payments, which is gonna read you the part statement. All payroll taxes and related withholdings have been paid timely in accordance with federal and state guidelines. And all regulatory reports have been filed in a timely fashion. The
Lori,
last-
we need to either provide you with some kind of tune that you
Tune
can
to
do
so
that.
I
to.
will.
Or maybe
We
a
will.
tap
We'll work on that. I like that, yeah.
Okay, great.
I have a very big voice.
So do I, but it doesn't stop me.
That's true. Doesn't stop me ever. I'm sorry.
I'm well aware.
The next item is earlier today, the finance committee met to review our 2026 budget, which is due for filing in Paris on November 1st of this year. So they approved it and approved that we present it to you for the full board's approval.
So I need a motion to accept the 2026 budget as recommended from the finance committee.
Motion.
Second, Emery,
Second.
questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Back to you. We can do that. Yeah. Need a motion to go into executive session?
To
This
discuss
will be brief.
lawsuits.
So move.
Come out of executive.
Say it again.
I need a motion to come out of executive session.
So moved.
There's no action taken. There was a recommendation that we consider donating our obsolete and fully depreciated equipment to a school district or a not-for-profit that's located within the town of Brookhaven. Need a motion to that effect?
Motion.
Permanent surplus.
Correct. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Okay. all right.
Okay, I am going to, take a couple of things out of order since we have some guests. And actually, I'm gonna take one thing out of order because I just have to. So we have a resolution for C&K Development LLC. We had the information was included in your packets. We had a public hearing yesterday. There were comments on the at the public hearing, which were also forwarded to your attention yesterday. This is a final authorizing resolution. Does anyone have any questions?
Hearing none, is there a motion?
C&K.
Is there a motion?
So move.
Second. Second. Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
So
Yes.
So
Okay.
you don't say it.
I'm
Yep,
gonna
say it.
recuse myself.
Thank you.
Actually appointed to.
So in keeping with,
If you had to.
in keeping with keeping out of order, I am going to ask, we have guests here from WHTB Glass. What I was going to just remind everybody is that, last thing, I think we had a letter, which was also, there was information included in your packets, regarding their job creation numbers. So after we met last month, you guys asked that we have them come in and talk a little bit about, their job creation numbers and where they're trying to get to. So I'm gonna turn it over. I would just stand up. If we can see you on the screen, then you're in a good place. So come this way.
Come a little closer.
Come a little closer.
There you go.
No, here, wait, I'll move this way, you come this way. Yeah, we'll switch. I don't wanna roll over. Yeah.
Yes.
So go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. My name is Jason.
All the good people are here.
I'm lawyer with Weber Law Group. We're here on behalf of WHTP Glass. I've got two representatives from WHTP Glass here, Mr. Tim, Mr. Plang. They can answer any particular questions you have about the business, but I thought I would just give you a brief overview of kind of where things stand WHTP Glass has been successfully operating in Brookhaven for several years. They're committed to the continued success of their business, fostering growth. They invested over $15 million to construct a state-of-the-art 49,000 square foot manufacturing facility. They've been very successful over the years, despite numerous obstacles, unforeseen obstacles that we kind of outlined in our letter. In addition to COVID-19, which had a huge impact on the construction and development market for new office buildings, which WHTP Glass primarily supplies. There have been other disruptions in that marketplace. And most recently, and most importantly, the recent discussion of tariffs on importing glass from China. So the way it works is there've been announcements of what those tariffs are going to be. I think they're in excess of 300% on imports of glass from China. Those tariffs don't go into effect until December 1, I believe. And as we know, we see in the paper every day, there are discussions about a potential deal between the United States and China, which might ameliorate those tariffs. They might lower them, they might eradicate them. But until that issue is resolved, WHTP Glass can't really price their products appropriately. Even if they purchased it now, this is something we kind of talked about. Could they kind of purchase a lot of the raw material in advance, kind of hold it now before the tariffs are imposed to kind of avoid that impact? And the answer is no, because if those tariffs come down in December, they're retroactive tariffs. So they're kind of stuck in this difficult position. But kind of despite that, they do have, and they have had over the years, between 30 and 40 employees. They haven't been able to hit their desired employee total yet, but they're optimistic that they can do so ultimately if market conditions adjust and this tariff issue is resolved. And I just want to also add that they are planning to potentially expand their current footprint to add new equipment, which would further their ability to, increase their economics and potentially increase their employee headcount. That's just sort of an overview of where things stand. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have, and the folks in the region will be glad to hear as well.
Jason, so what is the what number did they are they supposed to be at?
They're supposed to be at 50.
50 and they're at 30?
They're supposed to be at 33.
33.
But over the past few years, it's been up to 40 plus.
41 was the highest that we
Okay.
had reported to us.
And the expansion that you're referring to in the future, where is that on the drawing board?
Right, so it's only in the conceptual stage.
Okay,
But that's something that they're looking at. Again, it kind of depends on market forces.
yeah. Okay.
So they're not that far off.
And right,
What is the evidence that the new office building market is going to grow significantly? We've heard a lot about office buildings being vacant. So,
Yeah, well, I think part of it is the lowering of interest rates, and there has been some discussion among their clients. I think they can talk about that maybe more specifically about new development projects in the pipeline. But I don't know if you can address that, but there's an optimism that this will rebound.
Would you just come over here? Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, some of this, projects that's been on hold, it was due to the interest rate is being, higher than normal. And a lot of projects, because the interest rate is higher than normal, a lot of projects being on hold because they don't want to, the profit, it's into the interest rate, it's into their profits. And we're not only doing, the office building, windows, we also do the commercial windows as well, the commercial buildings windows as well. And, but we only fabricate glass, so basically, we don't manufacture, but we fabrication, which means like customer will provide specs of the glass that for us to cut, and then we will temper, process them, heat treated, in glass installation as well as lamination. And because there's a new type of material that is being very popular in the glass show, which is called the VIG, vacuum insulated. that is one of the products that we want to bring to the United States that will require a new space where we put the machine in the pipe. And the BIG is called vacuum insulated glass, which is normal insulated glass is probably about 1 inch. The vacuum insulated is probably between 8. And that is popular. Why? Is because it have a very good thermal performance as well as being lighter and it doesn't take a lot of weight from the city.
So just to amplify that point, there's a new type of glass, BIG glass, which is lighter, thinner, but performs the same result as common glass. Unfortunately, the equipment to manufacture BIG glass is very large. They don't currently have space for that in their present warehouse, in their present facility. That's what the expansion is looking at, the possibility of opening up the warehouse, the facility to put that equipment in. That's what they're looking at.
I think there's some indications also that the commercial market in New York is strengthened somewhat. There was an article in the news yesterday that JP Morgan Chase is requiring all their people to come back to work full time. And they've converted the Union Carbide building to, I think, a 60-floor new office building that's gonna house 10,000 people.
It's a lot
So,
of money. They spent a lot of money on
yeah,
that.
they did.
A few billion, I think.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, it was in today's paper.
So there are some positive signs. If the interest rates come down, I think it'll even strengthen that much more.
Can I ask you a question, Fred?
Yeah.
When it comes to employees, are we gonna be importing employees or are we gonna hire from the general community?
You know, they're local.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, well, it's a unique business that you're in and you have a unique situation, especially with the tariffs at the level that they're talking, so
And
Clearly.
hopefully that gets resolved.
Yep, hopefully, yeah.
in some way.
Yep.
But I have a feeling they're still gonna exist, obviously, and
Yeah, they'll just at some level, but like they've said.
not at 300 though.
I don't know if there's any other product that has a tariff rate at 300+%. I don't know of any other raw
Yeah.
materials priced like that. So
Crazy.
they're optimistic that that's not going to last.
So, does anyone have any other questions?
No, I think it's giving us some insight as to the issues that.
Where we're
you know,
at.
Yeah,
Just so you know, we're at about the halfway mark, with their pilot. And, as we discussed, they haven't met their job creation. We're at a little bit more than the halfway mark with their job creation. So what we had discussed at the last meeting was having them come in and give some more information, but then also, you guys need to let me know what you want to do going forward. If you want to give them more time, you can adjust the pilot numbers, you have the whole, you could do nothing or you could terminate anywhere in between.
I would say give them some more time.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Interest rates, there's economic factors here that had nothing to do with them. And if you look at the letter, it said they spent $15 million on the building in 2018. Okay, all right, well, all right. So now with the interest rates, everything else that's involved, including the tariffs, I would say, why penalize them now? And maybe we'll revisit it in 6 months or a year, see what's going on.
yeah, I agree with that. I think that, unfortunately, they're in a tough
Fine.
position that, that is beyond their own control. And obviously it's affecting their business directly. So, we're in the business of helping businesses to thrive
Yep.
and creating, job opportunities. And, I think we need to give them
A little
some
bit more
additional time to figure this out, maybe come back to us and we can have that further discussion and see where we need to
See
go.
what happens in a year from now.
Maybe we do 6 months and
6
come
months
back
or a
for
year,
a
whatever.
check-in and
Yeah.
then maybe another 6 months.
We are going to ask, just because it's our normal course, for them to give us the end of year numbers in, like we ask in
Yes.
January,
Yep.
through
Mhm.
December 31st. So we're gonna get an update pretty soon
Okay.
and we can discuss then.
We wanted, okay.
Does,
Yeah.
Jason, does 6 months seem reasonable at this point to
At
see where we
least to
go
see-
to have another,
To see where
Yeah,
things
well-
are going.
See where you go.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Thank you.
so,
Sure.
my name is, Peter Pat. So I'm the, one of the owner, of the WHTB Glass. So we start, of our operation in, 2019, right now almost, more than 6 years. So after we start up the operation, we are facing the COVID-19, the high tariff in America. So we slow down our business. So that's not like island side. Some project were followed is a hold. It is hold because of the high interest for the construction, and most people still work remote. So our project are hold, but I think from this year, I think it will be better because right now the interest already start to slow down. And just now, like Adam said, we will invest the equipment for the VIP glass and for the bird friendly. There's a new policy for the New York market for the building from the ground to the 70 feet. It will be used for the bird friendly glass. We will invest. Okay.
Appreciate it, but I think the question is, do you think in 6 months we'll have a better idea of where things look and employee
Yeah.
projections?
Okay, so,
Yeah.
Where is your, where do your
Surely.
clients come from? Are they just the New York metropolitan area? Is that
Mostly-
primarily?
Sorry to interrupt, mostly New York metropolitan area. Where else do you have client base? There was something I thought in the eastern seaboard, maybe Tennessee, I can't remember.
Oh, so after you do.
I mean,
Connecticut,
Yeah,
New
like
Jersey.
New Jersey,
Okay.
New
Tri-state.
York City.
So the tri-state area.
Boston.
Sir, you had the misfortune of having terrible timing. And we're gonna give you, we
Yeah.
wanna give you some time.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for setting up the meeting. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you. I say, who doesn't want them to succeed?
Yeah. Well, they're here talking to us. That's a good thing.
Right.
Take care, Jesse.
Take care, guys.
Thank you for everybody.
Yep.
Can't we
talk to See you at the bar, sir.
Have a good day. Okay, so we're gonna ask them, as of December 31st, and then we'll follow up again and see how that goes, and then we'll plan on mid-year.
It's hard to think the job that they're gonna change significantly between
No.
now and December, but.
No.
Story, and they'll be on the way up.
That's.
Everything they're saying, interest rates and tariffs and everything else.
As we all know.
You've got a lot of
it's impossible
obstacles.
When they file their application to predict exactly how many jobs you're gonna.
Back in 18, things were different. I mean.
Yeah, they were.
Tariffs,
God.
interest rate,
You have to live with that. I don't.
Yes.
What terrible timing. Right before. COVID.
Can we have some of our projects to, if they have an inclination of building and they want to use glass to try to.
I think
What
it's
about-
really specialized, like.
Oh, is it? I don't know.
Skyscraper.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
that new glass you was talking about, I mean, it's lighter, and it's
Yeah.
pretty
Cheaper?
that good. Yeah.
Is it cheaper? So if it's cheaper, the developer would may want to use it.
All right.
Okay, so, thank you, everybody. So the next item we also have, guests here. We have in your packets, we have an application from Rail Realty. It's a request for, a pilot extension. And we have reps, I'm gonna just go back to where I was.
I got a guy.
Have reps?
Yeah, I got a guy.
Peter, you want to introduce yourself and talk a little bit? Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board and staff of the IDA. Peter Curry, Farrell Fritz, 100 RX Plaza, Uniondale, New York. With me, I have Jeffrey Gito, Ron Gito, and Joe Gito from the Gito Group, the owners of Rail Realty. Rail Realty is located at 2325 Texaco Avenue in Fort Jefferson. There are 74 units in 2 buildings with a total of approximately 55,000 square feet. It is presently the recipient of an IDA transaction. The apartments are currently market rate, which is what certainly the village wanted at that time when they were built. We are now proposing to make 8 of those units at 100% AMI and 8 of them at 120% AMI. And I thought I'd have Rob speak to, because I know the board normally looks for 80% AMI and 120% AMI. And I thought I'd have Rob speak to the difficulty that they are having in leasing units at 80% AMI in another building where they have an IDA transaction. Rob?
Good morning. Thank you for having us. Yeah, so thankful for everyone here. I don't know if you remember, but you grant us on One North, which is a project we have in Port Jefferson across the street from the project Rail Realty.
Got a lot going on in Port Jeff.
What's that?
You got a lot going on in Port Jeff. Yep.
So this is a 35 unit project with a small retail component, and we had the 80% AMI on 7 of the units there. And we've been working with the Long Island Housing Partnership to fill those 7 units. We ran into some issues, we leased up the market rate units without an issue rather quickly. At 80% AMI, I think our original waiting list, when they put out the advertising for these affordable component, I think we had close to 180 people on the list that wanted to be on the waiting list for a unit and potentially qualify for one of these affordable units and workforce. So just so you guys have an idea, the rent that worked out at 80% AMI for that project, once again, across the street, it's $2,500 per month for 1 bedroom, minus the utilities, brought us to about $2,350 is where it settled in at. Problem was finding people at 80% AMI to be able to comply at that number, all right?
Say,
Whether they
say
didn't-
the monthly rent again is how much?
On the affordable units,
Yeah.
$2,350,
2350 for affordable.
correct,
For one bed.
1 bedroom. Okay. That's the formula, Long Island
Oh,
Housing
my,
Partnership uses,
my
yeah.
son was renting a 1-bedroom apartment in Farmingdale from Fairfield. That was $3,600 a month.
Yeah, our market rate
Oh,
units.
Yeah, I'm just saying, that's, yeah.
Yeah, so in that same building, One North, that we're talking about, our market rate units for 1 bedrooms, like I said, $2,350 for the affordable, we're at anywhere between 3,000 and 3,500 for the majority of them.
That's
So
where
that's-
everyone
that's
else is, yeah.
Kind of, that is what the market is, at least for Port Jefferson. So we went through that whole list that Long Island Housing Partnership put together, and they were the last units we were able to fill. And once we went through the list, we had to start finding people on our own that would qualify for our own marketing. So it was a real issue to get those filled because people at 80% AMI couldn't afford the $2,350, or they have some other issues, background checks, credit checks that didn't work out. So I was saying we would love to have an affordable and workforce housing component here, but I'd hate for us to go through that again where we can't fill. It's
Maybe you
nice to
should
do it,
reduce
but
the rent a little more.
what's that?
Maybe you could reduce the rent a little more.
Well, then, yeah,
And if you did it in town, we've reduced our affordable to
5% at 50% and 5% at 65%.
50 and 65. And then you could probably find plenty of people to fill those 8 units.
You might also want to talk to your competitors a block away, next to the railroad station, the CDLI development.
Yeah.
they've had.
We can tell you a lot.
Yeah, they've had nothing but issues, not filling the units, but with the type of transit activity that's come up there.
I don't think it's because of the people in the units.
No.
Uh,
I just, I wanna
if-
make sure I understand, so. In order to rent an 80% of the AMI apartment, I have to qualify that my salary is at a certain level. That's.
No more than 80% of the
Okay,
average
fine.
median.
So, my salary fits in this. So I get vetted through the housing partnership and they say, yes, Lisa, your salary fits in this, you're eligible. I passed the credit, I passed all those hurdles. I'm eligible. But then my understanding was that the rent has to be no more than 30% of that 80% of AMI split over 12 months.
I don't know that exact answer. Yeah, I don't want to speak. Like I said, I rely on the experts at Long Island Housing Partnership to guide us through that
Okay, so
aspect of it.
so that's what that's where I'm confused, because if I make 80% of the AMI, then the rent should be commensurate with that. So I mean, I could still see someone saying, listen, 30% of my 80% is still high. I have student loans, I have child support, whatever I have that's encumbering me. But isn't the rent like a sort of a fixed number? Am I like, am I thinking about?
That's, it's fixed,
Partnership is fixing it.
and they're fixing it at 20, yeah.
So then, Okay, is it that the people on the list have encumbrances such as student loan, child support, I don't know what else?
Yeah, it's income tax.
Income taxes, whatever, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's like anyone else.
what it boils down to, so they just can't afford 30% of, um,
So we're just hoping to open up to a larger pool.
and so this, I asked this question this morning, what are the rents at Rail Realty currently? What are the rents at 100%? What are the rents at 120? What are the rents at 80? And
Yeah, I didn't hear back from like I said, I rely
Yeah.
on them and their expertise. I did reach out to Jill Nicoletti from Long Island Housing Partnership, and she'll get back to me today. She just wasn't in this morning, to provide those numbers. Rail Realty today,
Yeah.
on a we have 3 studios, 6 2-bedrooms, and the rest are all 1 bedroom. So we'll just talk about 1 bedrooms for here. Our 1 bedrooms now, if you were to come into the building, are anywhere from 3,000 to 3,300 a month for that building.
okay, and that's, so now, is that effectively 100%? Because is that, or would 100%?
Well, the
No.
problem with this request right now is you're working on a UTEP that changes
Yeah,
our values, so this is kind of untimely.
well, it also has me a little bit uncomfortable because if we're increasing the number, or the percentage at 80%, which is what we're doing, are we, is it gonna be problematic? I don't know, but that's what all of our research, all of our research found was that we need more at the 80% level, but now that's not what you're telling. So I wanna,
Well,
Right,
you're also
understanding.
going a little lower too.
we are going lower too, but even if sometimes you can fill the 50 and 60, but if there's a gap for whatever reason, it's information that's important for us to understand. I have it in my office. We can kind of play with the numbers just like they would at the housing partnership to find out what at 100% for a 1 bedroom. I mean, I could grab them and do the math quick. Want.
Well, while you're doing that, Anthony, you would like to discuss a couple of other projects that are.
This sounds like something that maybe we should not try to do real fast, Lisa.
That's correct.
Yeah, let's.
Maybe we need to
let's-
talk to Peter at the Long Island Housing Partnership also.
So while that's happening, Anthony,
Or the
would like to
LDC.
speak about a couple of other, Mr. Callahan, you mentioned Portsmouth.
Well, I grew up in the village,
Back to
so.
what we're talking about, Conifer, which is low income at the tracks. The village is very upset. We have a tremendous amount of problems with the people that are in that building.
They're not
Currently-
necessarily coming from the people who are living in the building, sir.
Well,
You know what other kinds of folks are hanging out at the train station and
This is
directly adjacent to the
but the
train
village
station.
is saying.
The
that
village
many
is saying
are coming
that,
from
and the
building.
village may not be accurate in saying that.
Well, the
Don't
village-
rely on the village's characterization, please.
Okay. That being said, we have found that with rail, we were the first
You're not
ones to
living in
go
the
up there.
building.
And at that time, people said to us, are you crazy? It's such a bad area. And our rents were extremely low when we first went in, and then we continually raised them as time went on. And now with the projects that we've been doing in the village, we have 183 apartments in the village, of which they're fully leased. And as you said, the rents are what they are. The 1 bedrooms are typically 31 to 3,500. The 2 bedrooms are anywhere from 3,800 to 4,500, and we're 100% leased.
And what's the location of those other
All in the
projects?
village.
In the village,
All in the
downtown,
village of Portsmouth.
uptown,
A mixture.
I live in
50-50.
Portsmouth.
Up
Okay,
in
so-
the
So where in the village are you
All right,
talking about?
Cappy's Carpets.
we have
Yeah.
across from the
Okay.
rail 74 units, we just built the 35 units.
The
We're
lobster house
also-
uptown.
Then
Lobster house.
Yeah, I know where one
the
north is.
CVS.
I
building.
drive past it a couple of
The
times.
CVS building is
The
on.
CVS building. Okay.
Next to it, Brookport, that was, Cappy's Carpet.
Yep.
That is ours.
Okay,
Okay, so the 74, another 30, another 44. Right, that we have in the village right now, okay?
and they're all market rate.
They're all market
Except
rate,
one north,
Except one north.
which has the 20% component.
Okay, we did not have any IDA funding back in the day for the CVS barn.
Yeah, that-
we were fortunate enough that you people granted us IDA funding for Brookport several years ago. And we're fortunate that, again, we appreciate you funding us for One North. You know, without the funding of IDA, these projects would have never gone forward, to be very honest with you. In addition to that, what we're doing up at Port again, is we were able to purchase property in front of the rail crossing, which, because we had an easement going through onto Main Street. And so we're retiring that easement, and we're creating an easement through the rail property to eliminate curb cuts on Main Street. And the curb cut will be on Texaco Avenue. And we're building another 40 units, we're down to 40 units, I'm sorry. This will be called the Baxter, which will be in front of the 74 units. And again, these will be going at 35, 34, 3,600 a month for 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, 42, 4,500. In addition to that,
So that's a fully market rate project.
well, at this point in time, unless we get IDA funding, and then we'll go to affordable workforce.
If you can recruit those folks at the rents you're gonna charge.
Right. Then, in addition to that, we're working with 2 other gentlemen that own real estate across the street that we became partners with, which is, Charlie Lefkowitz and Lou Beauvais. And with that project, we're building another 75 units, which is going to be directly across the street from One North. And that's what this is going to be.
And that's in what's currently a retail,
It's
not
vacant.
very successful
All vacant
retail.
retail.
What this is now is all vacant retail, and then there's a church on One North Country that we're purchasing. That's going to accommodate most of the parking, approximately 77 parking spaces. And then additional maybe 15, 20 on the property. That's what we're proposing. We've had numerous meetings with the village. We had a meeting as recently as yesterday with the village. We are on with both projects for a formal work session with the village on November 12th, for both of those projects. And those are 2 projects that we would hope we could come to the IDA with, and they would consider as projects to give us some definite benefits. Right, thank you.
So at this time, we're looking for the acceptance of the application from the agency and moving ahead with whatever studies the agency is looking for. Getting before you for final authorizing resolution. That's Lisa's now.
We do.
So, I think maybe we need to get a little bit more information. You guys get us the information back from the housing partnership. I did the math real quickly, but I don't want to depend on my fat fingers and a small calculator. So maybe we table it right now. We do have some time on it. Your pilot goes through,
526.
no, we're in 25, 26. Your pilot goes through. What did I do? I had it.
No, we're in 24.
Well, I'm sorry, we're
Yeah.
about to.
Yeah.
25, 26. Yeah, okay, so, right, so it probably does. Yeah, you're 25, 26 is the last year of the pilot, so we've got some time. That's through to the time next year, roughly.
So if you have any other questions.
Play around with the numbers a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that I can, present it, and I'm going to write a note. Now, have you on for our November meeting.
Just so you know.
Okay, if there are no other questions,
Yeah.
then thanks to the board for
Yep.
hearing us.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Doing it on massive ones. And One North is clearly intended to look like affordable housing development. And it's more like,
Take off the jacket.
right. Got a bank. Office in it.
I don't know why I moved back over.
Okay,
so
doing
we
this
have,
affordable, just so they want to.
Yes.
2 more times.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
I guess you can't leave it.
That's a bullshit.
we have,
That's why I can't find people to.
a few other items on the agenda.
Did you need a motion to table it? I don't know if we did that.
Oh, let's do a motion.
Yes, you need a motion.
Yeah,
So move.
thank you, Frank.
Second.
All those in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Thank you.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is an application for the September morning project. We have, Peter represents September morning and Drew, who's in the, participants, represents the subtenant dispatch of Southampton Moving and Storage. It's a subtenant application for the September morning, project. I have the application in your packet, and then, we also have the resolution for your consideration.
Is Drew there?
Yeah,
Who is there? You want to bring him in?
yep.
Plain the spelling, dispatch.
Isn't that a,
No, it's dispatch.
No,
You know, you're
people
just
can
teaching
spell,
something.
they don't use their spell correct.
isn't that a podcast?
Actually, dispatch.
Dispatch.
Yeah.
It's only accent.
Yeah.
Dispatch.
So is this the correct spelling then?
Yes.
It is.
Okay.
Okay.
Amber, you were tired, I've never seen you like that.
Well, he should.
Email.
Yeah, I'll email it to you.
I didn't have her second cup of coffee.
Why shameless, yeah.
You didn't have her second cup of coffee.
She
That's
did or
right.
she didn't?
I'm just, yeah,
She
so
get-
watch out. I
And it
have
was
the other half to drink now.
So Drew is on the part of the landlord, I just want to let the board know that the building now has a certificate of occupancy. So construction is complete, and it's ready to be leased up, and Drew represents the.
Morning, Drew.
How you doing, everybody? Nice to see everybody.
Can you tell us about your?
It's only been a few days since I saw most of you guys, so you know, in a better atmosphere, more joyous, festive atmosphere.
Oh, we're having a good time here. Come on.
Yeah, that was a lot.
I was watching your meeting, so it was pretty festive, you know.
So talk to us about dispatch, Drew.
Well, it's your client owns the building. My client is just a subtenant. So, you know, they're moving and storage in Southampton. They are not relocating. They are increasing their footprint by moving into Brookhaven, into this location. So this is an additional location for them. Initially, their dispatching is going to be still out of Southampton, but this is now going to be office and warehousing into this new building. I think they're the first tenant in this building as well. So,
That's correct.
you know, one of these large buildings. So, you know, they look forward to it. It's not a large employment base there because the truckers aren't going to be in this project. They're in Southampton. So, you know, and they're ready to go. It's a good company. They've been around for decades, and you know, this is an expansion for them. You know,
This is about 30% of that building, as I remember. That's right.
yeah. I don't know the exact number, but yes, I think it was 29 or 20, yeah, somewhere around there, give or take.
Okay. Insurance issue. Fine. Okay. But it has to do with a subcontractor, correct?
Excuse me?
Just ask you about the insurance issue.
The insurance? I don't have an issue.
Wasn't there a question about insurance for the contractor who was gonna do some office work or plumbing work?
Oh, no, I had asked to make some modifications to the Form TACA to reduce some of the liability obligations of a subcontractor if we do work. And, you know, the subcontractor insurance requirements in your Form TACA are the same as if you were the contractor. So if they hire a plumber to do a $5,000 bathroom renovation, he would have to have $5 million in insurance, liability insurance. He'd have to have $1 million in auto insurance for owned, non-owned. And I asked to soften. I've seen it. We've done it before for the subcontractors. You know, if we hire a GC, the GC, we understand it has to have major insurance. But for subcontractors, I had asked Nixon to consider presenting a small modified version of a subcontractor's obligations, because it's double insurance anyway, because you have it from project owner, same amount of insurance, and you have it from the general contractor. So I wanted to reduce the insurance requirement, the numbers for the subcontractors, little guys. Didn't islip, I had sent Barry and Terrence a sample of a TACA that I had just finished negotiating with islip, where they exactly did what I had requested. So the TACA hasn't been signed yet because we were still kind of finessing those issues. So that's the only thing that's outstanding.
Just so everybody knows, we have Joanne handle all the insurance issues, so she's been working on this and is advising us as the next steps.
We need a motion to accept the application, correct?
Yes.
Hello?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Are there any questions about the subtenant? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you,
And can you do the resolution also?
absolutely. Resolution, please.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None.
Okay, the next item on the agenda, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
is- Oh, thank you,
I'll-
Drew.
I'm just gonna step back because I have a doctor's appointment to run to. So nice seeing everybody. Thank you. One day you gotta drag Howard out to the LIBDC, drag him out of his house, you know?
He's smiling.
But I'm glad to see everybody and have a nice rest of the day.
Thank
You
you.
too,
Thank
Drew.
you.
Thank you very much. Great seeing you guys.
So the next item on the agenda is, Ron Cub Phase 2A has a subtenant application, Uptown Sweat. Does anybody have any questions on that one?
I'm just curious how all these restaurants and things are doing from what you're hearing.
I think they're doing pretty well. Yeah. I mean, it's a nice captive audience there.
Yeah,
Mm,
I
yep.
have my sons are telling me that two of their friends just moving in over there. I'm like, really? Yeah. So it seems like they're still coming.
Need a motion?
So moved,
To accept the application and also do the resolution?
Correct.
All in one?
so moved.
Second.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, and staff of the IDA.
Have a good day, Peter.
November.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
See you in November, if not,
Happy Halloween, Peter.
happy Halloween.
You too.
Okay, so the next item on the agenda is really scribbly now. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yes, the next item on the agenda is Lotus, Caithness, Long Island. We have an application in front of you. And then we also have, we need the application accepted, and then we also need to do the final authorizing resolution. Anybody have any questions?
Lisa, there's two guests.
Okay, so does anybody have any questions for them about this project?
Why do we need authorizing election now? Everything's not gonna be. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we don't have to do a public hearing.
Okay.
That's how you-
Okay.
Their motion
So moved. This is for the transfer,
for
correct?
the
Yes.
application.
Application and the final
Application and the
authorization.
final authorization.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, thank you.
For the guests,
Sorry.
for the guests. permissions.
Okay.
Okay.
Any questions?
Okay.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is for slot 4. We received, so I actually have the authority to do this, but since we had a board meeting, I figured I'd just bring it forward to you guys. They asked us to extend their sales tax for about a year and to increase the allocation by 500,000, which corresponds to an increase of just shy of $44,000 of sales tax exemption, 43,750. And then we also have to extend their completion date. We have motion. Any questions?
What project was this one for?
This is, Horse Park Forge,
Horse Park Forge. Six B.
Casone trailer.
Yeah, I heard of the Casone, but okay.
It's on Horse Park Road.
Motion,
So moved.
second,
Second.
question? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, I sent around our UTEP a little bit late yesterday. So what I am hoping is that you guys had a chance to review it. Even if you didn't, you will have a chance to review it. But what I think we should do is schedule the public hearing and get some input from the public on the changes that we're proposing. If you guys have comments and stuff, we can still
Staff time.
deal with them at, before or after the public hearing, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys.
Do we normally get a lot of comments for public hearings from the last time that we did it?
We do some, I think we'll have participation.
Okay.
So Andrew tells me that the law has changed, that we no longer need to, we actually could make the changes without doing a public hearing. But these are significant changes. It's a relatively new change to the law. If it was a little bit of just, grammar or small changes, I think I would just say, let's just clean it up. But given the fact that they are substantial, we are going to, post a public hearing in Newsday. But then instead of we used to have to send all the impacted taxing jurisdictions certified mail. Now we can do an email and just alert them, direct them to our website, which will have the proposed UTEP. And also we're going to put our studies on so they have that background information to review. And we'll hold the public hearing and we'll see what we get, as long as everybody's good with that.
That's fine.
Silly question. The ones most impacted by this are gonna be our developers. How were they aware of?
I'm going to include on the list, Libby, the email list. It'll go out to all the required, but I'm gonna tell Libby, I'm gonna tell ABLI, I'm gonna let people know.
Okay, make sure like. And Lisa and our attorney spent a lot of time putting this together, so. I for one appreciate it.
So I don't think I need a motion or anything. I just wanted to make sure nobody had any immediate issues with it. You do have time to review it. Let me know if you disagree with anything that we did, but I think it's clear and direct. So, we're gonna do that coming up soon. The only other things I have is, did everybody see Amy modeling that jacket?
I will show you again.
No.
Oh.
Oh, hey.
This vest.
Did we do horse park?
Is
Yeah,
part
yeah,
of art.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I missed it.
Oh.
Must have zoned out.
Whoa.
It's fabulous, I know. It has our new logo.
Oh, right.
This, I am wearing what I'm assuming is a women's large.
I'm not sure.
'Cause
It was
says
supposed-
large, but I
yeah.
know it's not a
That
men's.
can't be a men's large.
No.
Well, he made it for me and then I went to put it on for last week's golf thing and I was like,
I don't think a large. man
couldn't
would
get it
fit
on.
this.
So she could be right.
It would be an extra large man.
I would think it would have to be.
Probably needs to be a
So
little
if
smaller.
you would like a vest,
We have vests and jackets.
We have jackets also.
We have
that are
jackets.
jackets, Marty, did you bring the jackets?
I didn't go
Bob?
back out to the car yet.
Anyway.
No, you can get one of each. The jacket is like a nice, this time of the year jacket
So maybe we could try.
So if everybody is.
with the
interested-
logo and stuff. Well, you saw it too, right? They were nice.
I don't need any more.
No, I know, but it's.
I can't.
Anyway, we'll talk.
It's part of the public hearing. Right? So it's
I
public
have
hearing.
my-
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it fits you perfect.
Oh, look,
It's very nice.
No, and it's marked a large.
yeah, that's a lot.
Perfect.
Turn around. Good.
Face the camera, please.
It looks good on you. Nice.
Looks perfect.
That's a wrap.
Okay, so.
All right, there's one.
Everybody.
Got one.
Okay,
Yes.
anybody who's interested,
Let us know.
let us know and we
Put it in
can
order.
order jackets, vests, a jacket, a vest, whatever you want. We'll put it in order.
Or he's gotta pull them out of his
Anything
trunk.
No, I didn't know it. It's a.
Do we need you?
It was.
Yeah, meet him in the park.
You know,
He'll,
like-
The porch.
Last time, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's
whatever you
good.
guys want. I think it came out nice.
I like it.
I like the logo.
Yeah.
Has a logo on it.
I'm still using my old
Oh.
stuff there until I use it.
There you go.
And the only other thing is that our next meeting is scheduled right now for Wednesday, November 19th at 10 a.m. Mitch and Frank both have conflicts, so I wanted to see if we should consider moving the meeting.
What was the date?
Nineteenth.
There's a possibility of works at noon
Well,
rather than trying.
Yeah, maybe one.
Oh,
Frank
I
does-
can't.
That's fine.
I
I can't
I've got-
remember what I got, but I remember it was until 12.
I've got a conflict 12 to 1:30.
Oh, you do it 10. what's
We
it?
could do an afternoon meeting.
Yes,
the
we can.
19th.
Yeah,
We love afternoons.
I gotta be in Garden City at 1:45, so.
Okay, so that's
How
it.
about a cocktail hour?
Can you do it 9:30? You'll be able to
If
make
we could
time.
do it early.
No, I have a meeting.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
have
said it was after, I'm
something,
sorry.
Up to,
Change
I
it.
think 12.
Let me just back up for a second. If Frank and Mitch are unavailable, we have a tight, very tight forum. And that's fine.
Right.
Yeah,
We could try changing the day.
20th?
Trying to get to Florida.
Oh, you go to Florida. Okay.
No, I'm trying to
It's the
get there.
same day as Suffolk IDA's
Yeah.
meeting.
How about the 18th?
I could do the morning on the 18th.
I could too.
I'm good.
I got it through 2
Day
o'clock.
before, okay, that's fine.
What time?
Then you can go to Florida.
10 o'clock?
Trying to, I'll be back by then.
Suffolk County IDA.
Really nice.
What is on the 17th? I have Suffolk County IDA.
Oh, that's the 17th is their LIBDC dinner meeting,
Oh,
Ah.
okay.
which I think I've only gotten 2 responses of people who wanted to go.
You have,
You and Mitch, I think it's on my desk, so if anybody else wants to go, let me know.
Lisa, am I okay to go to Maine Water
We're not
Authority?
voting yet, you could go.
Can I go?
Do we know when do we have you scheduled for,
The 18th, there you go.
18 to 10 is good for me.
now I'm in August.
I gotta go.
Get out of
See ya.
here.
You gotta go.
Bye,
I gotta-
Okay, guys.
Bye,
Thank
John.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
There we go. These are nice, huh?
Take care, John.
Huh?
I
Okay.
said, these are nice, we even got
November
tags on them and
17th.
everything.
Oh, 18th.
18th? I don't know if Mitch told me that worked for him or not.
We'll send out an email when
So we're gonna
Does
decline
that work for everybody
Register.
at the table?
be there.
the
I
18th.
have something, but I could come in and out. It's 10:30 and 11. I could play. Stay like 10.
So you'll send it.
You will.
Okay.
Has a meeting that morning from 9 to like 10.
Want to, can we do the afternoon that day?
What about the 18th at
12?
12?
Yeah, that works.
How's the 18th at 12?
I gotta be in Medford, oh yeah, up the street at 2.
Ah,
That could
that
work.
works.
That should
That'll work.
The 18th.
That works.
Ooh, it's a lunch option.
Yes, and you get a nice
Oh,
one.
you're gonna go now.
All right, you're gonna talk about for the next.
You need a
Rob, it's all you're gonna show up from now till.
Meeting to
So moved,
the 18th at noon.
so moved.
Okay,
All those in favor?
Was
no
second? You have a
Second,
second?
Yes.
second.
It was all, what are you?
Okay. Yeah, that is actually a good point. For Rail Realty, the pilot that they have currently was one of the first housing projects that we did, and we gave them a land-only pilot. So for 10 years, they paid land only. They didn't step up towards 100% like our pilots have been doing subsequently. We didn't give them obviously 10% affordable and 10% workforce. And
This is for the Texaco Avenue
Yes.
project?
yes, but this was, as everybody recalls, I think, the first project to go into an area that was struggling. So they did go in when it was, them going in started the move towards it becoming a nicer
Gentrifying.
gentrification.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
there you go. So, but I did want to make sure this.
But all of the retail, there were retail operations on both sides of the street. Tara, of course, is one of them. They were all paying their rent. So it was arguably not as classy as what it is becoming, but it certainly wasn't a defunct
No,
area.
it definitely was not defunct. But there was the old car wash that was.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, it was, when we were kids, back in the day, it was like
Yeah,
little,
yeah.
you
So
know.
they did a nice. job.
Marty, I'm not gonna say that you've gotten older, but times have changed. How about putting it that
Oh, it
way?
looks better, but it looks better what's there now than what the car wash
Yep.
was 30 years ago,
Yep.
maybe, 40 years ago, actually.
And One North is certainly a very classy operation.
You see
Why
around the
do they
corner.
need to go with affordable there when they've got 100% market rate and the other stuff that's up there? And One North is new. One
We
North,
required, we required.
we
it.
required it,
Yes.
and they can't make it work, or they say they can't make it work.
Which most developers say.
But
Something doesn't seem
there's a
right.
Oh,
development,
we'll get you'll get your numbers and we'll,
My understanding is that there's a significant list of people living for 80% AMI. Now,
Could be.
why they can't pay the dollars are right,
Mhm.
they
Why don't you
might
talk to
have.
Peter over at
The
the
problem is
Long
80%
Island
is too
Council
high,
Partnership?
and this is what I've been saying all along.
Say that again, Annette?
80% is too high. People who are making that much money can't pay 2,500 for a one-bedroom apartment.
But Annette, that's,
It's a one-bedroom apartment.
listen, that's a product of, that's not,
well,
Either we're gonna do affordable housing or we're not, and if we
Yes,
don't wanna
I
be in
agree.
that
I
business,
agree.
then don't.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna say you're gonna do affordable housing, let's make it affordable.
I'm with you.
so,
I'm with you.
but I think we've always been with,
But then does it work? Does it pencil out for the development?
Well, maybe they don't make a $2 gazillion, they make $1 gazillion. You know, it's all
1.7.
profit margin, right? They're not gonna build it if it doesn't work. And they're not gonna come here if it doesn't work, then they'll just do it without our benefits.
so,
It's
But maybe-
really a threshold question for you. What kind of housing do you wanna make? Do you wanna invest in as an IDA?
There's no prohibition.
That's my soapbox.
Yeah,
that's
and I
I
agree with
disagree
you.
with
There's
you.
no
We're
prohibition
gonna do-
against a developer building a bunch of apartments and
what
charging
kind of
market rate for them.
What kind of income are you talking about to be able to
we have
meet
motion
that
to close the
threshold?
meeting.
oh, yeah,
So moved.
second,
Thank you.
all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
I